we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. I know I gotta bring it down, all it goes to it. Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna go, break the door. Status that's from sin to the saint. As winners we can't live by the picture they paint, because they know their own inner is taint. So we must live out our lives with a sense of restraint. Which means do I live and we ain't? We are controlled by the flesh with the feeling that's weight. Without a point of complaint, and we can
You are my great people of the RH3 show. Thank you so much for tuning into today's broadcast. You guys, as you know, I am the host. This is your boy Rufus, but you can call me Red. I am the host of the RH3 show that comes on every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the podcast platforms. And today, you guys, is going to be a very short broadcast. I'll try to give you at least 25, not even that. I'm at home. Actually, y'all, I'm in my kitchen now cooking and preparing supper. I have not had no time to do anything, to go nowhere, to pre-record nobody's broadcast, but I'm doing it, and I'm gonna give it to you real raw, straight to the point. And you know what, that's probably what, after next week, that's probably what the rest of the month of October is going to be looking like when it comes to the RH3 show, is quick and, condensed broadcast, because I told you I'll talk about that on next week, preferably next Thursday. All right. Preferably next Thursday. And so, that's what I'm going to do, is, do that and make some condensed broadcasts for you all. And so, hey, we're gonna still get it in. I told you all this season it is gonna be working out in your favor. It's gonna be a season of favor, and I'm gonna try to give it to you all, whether I'm here or not, pre-recorded or not, or whatever. And so, hey, look, it is what it is. And so today, what I'm about to do now is I'm going to try my very best to go in the same order as I do on, as I'm giving y'all a full episode. But I'm going to go in the same order. So coming up next is the Gospel News with Nina Taylor. And then after that, I'm going to give y'all a little brief mini Real Talk with Red discussion. And we're just going to be talking about how, us men, black men, well, any kind of man, but I'm talking to my brothers today. But how can we get to a point to where we don't have to continue to explain ourselves, to where, we have to be believable, and we have to, let our children believe us, let our significant other, whether it be our girlfriends, our fiancés, our wives, whoever, believe us. And because it can really take a toll on us. It can take a toll on us. So coming up next is the Gospel News with Nina Taylor, and then I'll be back. All right. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps that people like to listen to? And how do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is so very easy and simple. It is Anchor, y'all. It's Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it is 100% and ridiculously easy to use. Most of all, it is free. And now, y'all, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad here. I use Anchor for my radio broadcast as another branch to advertise and promote my episodes of my show that stems right from YouTube. And what I like about Anchor is that it distributes all to many platforms, as well as it has an in-depth statistics to where you can see how your podcast is doing. That's cool, right? I love it. So if you always wanted to start your podcast and make money doing it, please go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters who are already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. My name is Red, and I'm the host of the RH3 Show. I cannot wait to hear your podcast.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Want the latest news regarding the TV, movies, sports, politics, and music industry? It is time for the Inside Scoop with Red, right here on the RH3 Show.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you step crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you step crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you step crazy? If I find my way home, yeah.
Hi, I'm Nina Taylor, and here is your gospel news from Baltimore, Maryland. Well, just recently, Anthony Brown returned to his alma mater of Morgan State University on the anniversary of Anthony Brown and Group Therapy's first Billboard #1 hit, the song Worth, which topped the Billboard Gospel Airplay charts for nearly 24 weeks. Brown's former piano professor, Dr. Eric Conway, was on hand to welcome him back. Also in attendance, gospel artist and sister Marette Brown Clark and Stephen Hurd, who read a special letter of congratulations from the mayor of Baltimore, Mayor Bernard C. Young. They were involved in the closing remarks when suddenly Ty Scott Records president Brian Scott strolled on stage and surprised Anthony Brown with a large RIAA certified gold record plaque signifying that over 500,000 units have been sold of the single Worth. Anthony Brown was genuinely caught off guard and overcome with emotion. Congratulations to Anthony Brown for his song Worth is certified gold. Where there's fire, there's smoke. Where there's smoke, then there must be something hot in the atmosphere. The group Fire, gospel music's newest, hottest, and youngest gospel quartet, certainly lives up to their name. Based out of New Jersey and stirring up excitement on every occasion to minister through song. The group Fire consists of two sets of brothers, lead singer Terrell Cooper, age 20, and tenor and bass guitarist Jawan Cooper, who's 17. Also, alto Tajon Hill, who's 20 years old, and baritone Al Shamir Hill is 23. They are based out of the Palm Garden Holiness Church of New Jersey. When asked what's so special about the name, Terrell answers, "We saw where God used fire a lot throughout the Bible. That's why they selected the group Fire. They're currently making their way up the gospel music charts." Oprah Gail Winfrey was born to Vernita Lee and Vernon Winfrey on an isolated farm in Mississippi on January 29, 1954. Oprah's parents separated soon after her birth and left her in the care of her maternal grandmother on the farm. She learned to read at the age of 2.5 years old. Then Oprah was skipped from kindergarten after writing a note to her kindergarten teacher telling her that she belongs in the first grade. At 6 years old, she was sent to live with her mother in a dangerous, poor neighborhood in Milwaukee. Then at 12 years old, she was sent to live with her father in Nashville, Tennessee, feeling secure and happy for a brief period of time and making speeches at social gatherings and churches. She once earned $500 making a speech and knew right then and there that she wanted to make a living talking. Oprah was once again sent back to her mother at the age of 12. The poor urban lifestyle had a negative effect on Oprah, and after years of bad behavior, Winfrey's mother sent her back to her father in Nashville. Oprah says that her father saved her life. He was very strict and provided her with guidance, structure, rules, and books. He required his daughter to complete a weekly book report or she would go without dinner. And she had to learn 5 new vocabulary words each and every day. Winfrey became an excellent student. She entered Tennessee State University, where she was crowned Miss Tennessee State, also Miss Black Nashville. She was offered a job 3 times by the CBS affiliate, and after turning the job down 2 times, she decided to take it on the 3rd one. The rest is history. We'll talk more about this icon, Oprah Winfrey, in the weeks to come. Here's your Billboard Top 10 Gospel Songs in the Country. Number 10, Jacqueline Carr, I See Miracles. Number 9, Jonathan McReynolds, Make Room. 8, J.J. Harrison and Youthful Praise with Miracle Worker. 7, John P. Key and Zacardi Cortez, I Made It Out. 6, James Fortune and Deborah Carolina, I Am. 5, Corinne Hawthorne, Unstoppable. 4, Todd Delaney and Nicole Harris, You're Doing It All Again. 3, Donald Lawrence presents the Tri-City Singers featuring Lee Andrea Johnson with Deliver Me. 2, Tasha Cobbs Leonard, You Know My Name. And number 1, now for 2 weeks in a row, Anthony Brown and Group Therapy with Blessings on Blessings. Well, that's your Billboard Top 10 Songs and your Gospel News. I'm Nina Taylor, reminding you to connect with me on all social media and write me at thegospelnewswithnina@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to more great gospel music on this great station.
Want a free subscription to be a part of our live listening audience? Download one of the major podcast platforms: Google Podcasts, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, and more. And search The RH3 Show and subscribe. You'll get all new content as well as access to previously aired broadcasts to listen to, download, and to share to your contacts. We'd love for you to be a part of our family. Subscribe today.
The RH3 Show every Tuesday and Thursday from 6 p to 7 p Eastern. For more about the broadcast, please visit therh3show.com.
We gave it a switch. Our lives were in darkness. They came with a switch. So we don't walk like we used to. Talk like we used to. Called us for honor and he'll do it for you too. Yeah.
What I just told you, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. If I wanted to say that, I would have wrote it.
You implied that.
I said what I said. You don't like it, you don't like it.
It's the Real Talk with Red segment right here on The RH3 Show. All right, thank you, Nina Taylor, for this week in Gospel News. You guys, I'm still preparing supper. What I'm making is some homemade macaroni and not homemade macaroni and cheese, homemade hamburger helper. So if you would like to see that recipe, please go to therh3show.com, and y'all hear I'm next to my laundry room as well. If y'all hear y'all, this is real raw, straight to the point, and whatever. If y'all want to see that recipe, please go to my website and request it, and go under contact the RH3 Show or whatever, questions or whatever, and so I'll hook that up for you. But anyway, thank you, Nina Taylor, for this week in Gospel News, and you guys, it is time for the Real Talk with the Red discussion. Before I go into that, you guys, Amber Geiger was sentenced to 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison, and so, hey, my cousin, he did about 16, 17 years for drugs and selling, habitual felon. But this woman was convicted of murder. Convicted of murder. 10 years. Yeah. And a lot of people are up in arms about Botham's brother. I forgot his name. Trying to forgive Amber and all of that, and this, that, and the third. I say it like this, y'all. If he want to do that, let him do it. But to me, it looked like it was a bit of a struggle for him to do that. And maybe it was because of the height of the trial. Camera was on him. He was on the stand. But I hope that he cleansed himself and got himself together deep inside before he did all of that. And say, okay, God, I'm good. But this stuff is fresh. This stuff is fresh. But you really can't put a timetable on nobody's forgiveness or whatever. But anyway, the real talk and real discussion. I told you all what we're talking about today. Sorry, y'all. I'm tasting my supper. We're talking about men and how we can quit getting to the point to where we have to beg our forgiveness, or not forgiveness really, but beg to prove ourselves, or beg to prove who we are to people, and beg and tell, beg to show ourselves, and this, that, and the third, and who we are and whatever. That's time out, y'all. Time out, because the reason why I say that is because we can beat ourselves up to like, okay, I'm sitting up here trying to prove myself to you all. Am I good enough? All of that can turn mental, y'all. All of it can turn mental. And it cannot be, and it cannot be good for us. It cannot be good. It cannot be good. And it don't look good for us. It don't. And fellas, like I said, I'm going to be brief. And I'm going to go deep in this once I, do a full broadcast, probably sometime November. But we gotta prepare ourselves to get ourselves together mentally. You feel me? Because there's a bunch of triggers and a bunch of areas in our lives that we do not know and that we do not realize that can really hurt us. And it can be tainted. And trying to prove ourselves to people, prove ourselves to our jobs, prove ourselves to other folks. And deep down inside, and being that we, the type of men that folks, that society say that, look, he not supposed to be sharing this, and he not supposed to be looking this way, and he not supposed to be, feeling down, and he not supposed to be shedding tears, and he not supposed to be showing this emotion. We bottle all of that inside of us, and it tears us up. And so, fellas, that's all I can say is that's a nugget to push you forward, and to say, don't beat yourself up if you're the type of person that try to prove yourself, prove your love, prove your innocence or whatever to people. They're gonna have to know who you are and know the type of person you are, and realize, okay, his initial word is bond and his initial word is true, and so you just got to go with that. And I'm speaking to myself, and I'm trying to encourage myself as well, because I can't continue to push and prove myself to a specific person or a specific group of people, and they not see it. I just can't, and I won't. And I'll talk to you all later. I'll be back in a moment to close out today's broadcast. Want to connect with me and go beyond the broadcast? Do so by following me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The RH3 Show. You can also watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/IRepaSavior. That's youtube.com/IREPASAVIOR. Follow me on social media. Hi, it's The RH3 Show. Connect.
Cause we've been given a new life. We're living into Christ, and our sins are gone. Thank God that He.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's quick condensed broadcast. I love you all for real. And I'll see you all next time on the RH3 show. Make sure you continue to follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the RH3 show. And also subscribe to any podcast platform. Hope you are doing that. I hope you are. Find us anywhere. Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Spotify, I already said Spotify, Google Play Music, Apple, iTunes, Google Podcasts, whatever podcast platform you listen to us on, just search the RH3 show and we are there. All right, you guys, I love you all and I'll see you all next week. Peace.
I gotta praise because he set me free. The price that he paid, free me at Calvary. So I'm gonna dance and there's no stopping me. Don't ever change 'cause I got victory. So go ahead and praise him 'cause he's been so good. Give him all the glory like you know you should. Don't worry about the haters, they can't stop you if they could. So go make it praise him like you. I know I gotta praise him now, praise him 'cause he called me to switch. Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna come and praise him, I gotta praise him now, praise him 'cause he called me to switch. Go ahead, 'cause I know I gotta give it up. If anybody wanna come and praise him, praise him 'cause he called me to switch. Praise him 'cause he called me to switch. Praise him.
Peace party people. See you later.
'Cause I'm saying bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.